with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's be free with Now looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts.
Hey everybody, welcome back to day 2 of the Card Maker Success Summit, where we are focusing all this weekend on holiday cards, getting ready to get those cards created so that you can spend the holidays with less stress and more joy. All right, today we've got some fun updates. One, it's not so fun. Harriet and I kind of showed up to work this morning to discover that our website was down. And not just the Card Maker Success Summit, but all of my websites were down. So that meant that we had some sort of web hosting issue, which meant I have to get on the phone and talk to our SiteGround host, who basically told us that we broke the internet. Yeah, we had a lot of people trying to access all of the presentations this morning, and for some reason it maxed us out. So it was down for about 45 minutes, but we got it back up and we're all good. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will not have any issues with the website. Now, I do want to remind folks that if you're having issues with the page not redirecting to the presentation page by going to the links that were included in your email this morning, as well as the schedule page, there are a few things that you can do on your own to try to help mitigate that. But unfortunately, we will not be able to help troubleshoot your own computer issues. So be sure, if you're having issues with the page redirecting to the presentation page, clear your browsing history, clear your cookies. In that case, if you are seeing an older version of the page or something that's not redirecting correctly, hopefully that will resolve the issue. Now, make sure you don't have any pop-up blockers on, or if you have a firewall like Norton Security or something like that, make sure that your settings are set to allow redirects. Our pages are automatically scheduled to redirect at 8 a.m. in the morning. So if your firewall is preventing that, then you need to change the settings on that. You can also try a different web browser. So if you're using Chrome, try to use Safari or Firefox, or if you're on a Windows version, I think it's Edge now. I can't remember what browser they use, but because I'm a Mac girl all the way. Also, try using a different device. So if you're trying to use it on your phone, try to move to a tablet or to your laptop. I mean, your desktop or your laptop computer. And then you can also reboot your modem and router. Sometimes if you have really slow speeds clogging up, then that can prevent or delay your page from redirecting, and then it will time out. Now, some of our users have reported that if they go to the link and then manually refresh the page, it has been working for them. All right, so just a reminder on all the things that you can troubleshoot to make sure that the presentation pages are loading appropriately for you. All right, now let's go over and talk about where do I find that. Harriet's going to post that in the chat, and let me just move my screen over so I can see you guys bigger. Yes. Where do I find that page is where you're going to find the links to the schedule, to meet the speakers, meet the sponsors. We have a link there for the live class that we are selling in September, which is my embossed mixed media holiday cards that we're going to be creating. We also have a link to join and enroll in our Card Maker Success membership. And then we also have a link for you to to apply for the scholarship. Now, that scholarship is good for 1 year's worth of the Card Maker Success membership. And we are looking for positive individuals who are engaged in our Facebook group. And so be sure to be posting your pictures of your cards. Now, if you don't have any cards from this summit, that's okay. You can post pictures of other things that you've created. It just helps our group kind of get inspired and get ideas of what we can do ourselves. You can give the speakers shout outs. You can comment on other people's posts. You can be helpful when somebody has a question, maybe help them with the link that they need to get to. That also helps our moderators. So we are constantly looking in the group and trying to make sure that everybody has what they need to be able to have a successful experience this weekend. But with your help, we will be able to see who is truly engaged in the community, and that's the person we want to give this scholarship to. All right. Now, don't forget, we do have the VIP All Access Pass still for sale. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and not sure if you're going to be able to get to all of your presentations, you can still get that at a discount. It's $79 until Sunday. Then it goes up to $99, and then we'll be shutting the doors on Wednesday. All right. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we are doing a destash of my craft supplies. Because I have Harriet here this weekend, I'm taking advantage of her being here to help me package all the winners of the craft destash auction. And so I have actually made a reel. Now, let me just tell you that I'm pretty impressed with myself with this reel because I don't do reels very often. And I actually timed the little words that go on the screen to the music. So anyway, go to my Instagram, and that's at instagram.com/stamp me some love. And you can kind of see the spread of everything that I am putting up for auction. And yeah, so put a comment on there and tell me if you liked my reel. I honestly need to get better at social media. And I spent probably an hour on that this morning. And I know Harry kept hearing the music over and over and over again as I was editing the video. So anyway, it's a lot of fun and I'm super excited about it. So go over, not right now though. Wait until after the presentations from Colorado Craft and Barely Art, okay? All right, so we do have some giveaways that we need to update. Yesterday, apparently last night, I forgot to announce some of the winners that I was supposed to. So let me find that. All right, I'm just looking at our spreadsheet here. Okay, so this is actually updates that I was supposed to do yesterday at midday. And we have some speaker giveaways that have already been selected and that I need to announce. So Tiffany Solario is doing her Lost Shadow Distressed Bundle. And that one is going to Noreen. Noreen's email address starts with TROT. And then the next speaker giveaway is from Sean Mosh. I'm not sure if I said that right. She's going to be giving away a Teach Me Cricut Design Space online course. Very cool. And that one is going to Betsy. Betsy's first 4 letters of her email address is BETS. All right. Sarah Edwards has a lovely layering design space online course. I actually purchased this class and it is fabulous. All right. The first one, she's got 3 of them that we're going to give away. First one goes to Dale. Dale's email address starts with DALE dot. And then the next one goes to Tammy. And the first 4 letters of hers are TAMM. Surprise, surprise. And then the last one goes to Carol. And her email address starts with CDIT. All right. So those are all of our speaker giveaways. Now I do have one giveaway that we are going to do now from Colorado Craft. And then we've got some more that we're going to give away when Daniel comes on. So let me just go ahead and flip the camera over. Oh, and of course it's not on because Harriet forgot to remind me. Oh my goodness. All right. So let me go ahead and turn it on real quick. Shouldn't take long. All right, so I'm going to flip it over. And then here we go. This is a super cute heart background pattern type thing. I absolutely love that. And we are going to give that away right now. I'm going to draw 4 winners. Or winner, I should say. Let me just make sure that Harriet's not typing to me. Oops. Nope. Okay. All right, so we're going to give this away. And there we go. All right, so I'm going to draw the winner for the Colorado stamp set. And this one is, let's see. Hold on. Give me 1 second because I think I drew that name yesterday. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. All right, the winner is going to Karen. Karen's last name starts with an S and ends with an F. Congratulations, you guys. All right, so without further ado, we are going to bring on Daniel West from Colorado Craft Company, and he is going to create the most adorable card. He always does. All right, 1 second.
Hello.
Hey, Daniel, how are you?
All right. How are you, Randy?
Oh, good. Awesome. So excited you're here. We always love it when you come on for Colorado Craft.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Now, before we get too far in, we do have a promo that Colorado Craft Company is sharing with us. It is valid for the next 48 hours. And as you guys know, we usually sell out of whatever stamp set our sponsors are demonstrating. So get your second page open and ready to purchase if you are interested in buying the stamp set that Daniel is going to use. And by the way, we do have a awesome 20% off your purchase. And we have a coupon code that is scrolling down below. There is a link there. Harriet is also going to be inserting that into the chat. Remember, when you purchase from that link, it tells Colorado Craft and all of our sponsors that the sale came from the summit. And that also just helps them understand how much our attendees absolutely love them. All right, Daniel, I'm going to let you go full screen. You have all the real estate and have room to show us what you're going to make, okay?
All right, great.
Awesome.
Hello, everybody. So happy to be here with you. And on behalf of Colorado Craft Company, I have the latest release from August 2023 here in my hot little hands. And I wanted to show them to you so that you get all excited about them. Colorado Craft Company has several lines of stamps, but apparently my very favorite of all of them is the Anita Jaron line. Of course, it's hard to pick because I also really like the Big and Bold line, which is they're larger stamps. One of them I demonstrated earlier in the morning, but this release is just fantastic. It's also winter Christmas related, so it's really cool. I'm gonna switch over to my desktop here so you can see what I've got in my little hands. So there's a mini set in this one. It's got a bunny with a goodie in his hands under his arm, and a little bird there. This stamp set that I'm going to use for a card today, it's called Just Add Snow. So cool. And this one has a little kitten in a stocking with presents all around. It's called, I got to put my second set of eyes on. It's called...
Daniel, you might want to pull it out of the sleeve. It's a little bit difficult to see.
Oh, you can't see them very well? All right, let's pull them out. All right, there we go. I like to store mine in these Hero Arts sleeves, so I think my focus is better down here anyway. There we go. So there's one. That's the first one, Just Add Snow. And here, this one is called Cozy Cat. So cute, super cute. I'll show you a couple designs that I'll be showcasing this weekend with that one. Here's one that I made for this weekend. I'm going to be starring for the weekend at Colorado Craft Company, so that'll be fun. Here's one called, let's see, this one has a little cat popping out of a box, and it is called Meowie Christmas. So cute. And here's a card that I designed with that. All three of these cards are starring the Christmas tree that I'll show you in a minute. But this one has some gold accents on it, which I really love. You're the first ones to see these designs for the weekend. Let me get that Christmas tree one out. There it is. I'm just going to show you a few of these before I get into my card project. And these all have coordinating dies. This one is called Peaceful Fox. So there's a little fox sleeping underneath, and here it is colored in with some gold ornaments, gold gel pen ornaments on there. A little bit of snow drawn in there, and our sleepy little fox curled up underneath. I think that's a really cool little tree. Of course, it kind of reminds me of Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It's a little sketchy, you know. Anita Jerem design. If you don't know who Anita Jerem is, she is the illustrator for the books, the children's books, How Much I Love You. So, all right, let me get my original stamp out. We're going to use that today, and we're going to use a sentiment from, let's see, which stamp set? This stamp set, Meowie Christmas. I'm just going to use the Happy Holidays out of that. I don't think that's in the list of supplies that I gave you, but you can find that on the website. All right, just going to put those aside. And here's the project, just so you get an idea of where we're going. Kind of, I'm just going to change this out to Happy Holidays, because I want this to be a Christmas card. This is a winter card. It could be a Christmas card too, but I'm going to show you how I did this. So I'm going to blend in some ink from the top to bottom. This blue cardstock is Arctic cardstock from Hero Arts. The bunnies I'm going to color in E31 and E34. And maybe you can see if I get up real close. This is my storybook style coloring. Something I use mostly for Anita Jerem stamps. So, and then I've got a little line of trees in the background. I'll show you how to do all this, and it won't take long at all. So let me put those there. First, I'm going to take out my piece of Arctic cardstock, and this is how super fast this is. I'm going to take some Fiesta Blue ink from Catherine Pooler. I'm going to grab one of her blending brushes, just tap some of that out there, and then just lightly add a bit of this to the top. I'm going to leave the bottom third blank, but I'm going to add this in like a snowy background look. Now it's a little darker in my room here for you. I don't want to overdo it with this, but I do want it to have a bit of contrast. So I want the top part to be darker. And then as I come down, leave the very bottom with nothing in it. Now you can't see all the ink I'm putting down here very well because of the lights that I have on in here. So let's turn those down just a tad. And now you can see the ombre. See that? And it looks a little splotchy, and I really want that splotchy look because that's what it looks like when you're out in the snow on a snowy, cloudy day. So I'm just going to add that in until it's a little darker. There we go. Perfect. I can put that aside. Put that away. And now I'm going to take out my stamp. I've already got it placed in my MISTI here. I can turn the lights back up now. There we go. I've got it placed in my MISTI again, so it'll be easy to do. And I wanted to show you this trick on getting a perfectly centered die cut piece, die cut stamped image. So I'm just going to ink this up with some Hero Arts Intensified Black ink. This is Copic friendly ink. It's very important that you use an alcohol friendly ink when you color with alcohol markers. And then I'm going to grab this die cut frame. Now I already die cut this out. I've got several of them made. So if you're wanting a quick kind of card to make, you just sit and die cut these out like this, and then take the die cut out, grab some tape after you stamp that down there. Grab some tape and just center your image inside your die cut already. So this way your die cut is completely centered every single time. I have some yellow tape that I already had used before. I just kind of stick it to the side of my craft glass mat, and then hopefully it won't move on me. Let's get that centered again. There we go. Tape that sucker down. And now I can pop my die cut right in there, and I know I'm going to get a perfectly centered image. So let's ink that up again. And it's perfect. It's beautiful. Lovely. One more time. And I'm just going to pop that out. And you can see it's a lovely, perfectly centered die cut image. I have several of these already made if I want to make multiples of these. So I've got the other image I die cut as well. It's got a little bunny putting the carrot in the snowman's nose, or snow bunny's nose face. And then I've got the sentiment from the other stamp set already die cut, and I can get that done as well. All right, so now I've chosen some Copic markers that'll go well with the project. I love using kind of a tan with a light blue. There's also, if you had some way of adding like a stocking in here, there are stockings and things, or some kind of red, something would look really good in there as well. But so for this, I've chosen BG32, BG53, BG01, BG000, a colorless blender, and E34 and E31. I just kind of keep those in a little wire basket I got from Dollar Store, Dollar Tree. Keep those handy. And now I can color. I'm just gonna raise up my, oops, let's see. My table sometimes goes back down after I raise it up for some reason. I'm just gonna pull my camera down. Sorry, I hope it didn't make you dizzy. All right. Let's color this in. I'm going to use E34 and E31. Super simple. I'll start with E31 and just kind of color in the bunnies. I'll do the whole image. And if you leave some white in there, that's great. It'll look like the sun's hitting or there's snow hitting the bunny. Just it's fur, so it's got texture. Doesn't have to be super smooth or blendy. See how I left fur in there, like splotches in there? Go for that. That's what I'm looking for. There's this one little bunny over here. He's a baby. And I got one little loose bunny. It's the same exact image, but it's available separately in the stamp, which is fun. You can add extra little bunnies to your scene. Just kind of dot that in like that. See how fast that was? Now I just want to add a little bit more texture and depth. Let's see. I put my head up here at the top for you guys. I know you want to see my bald head, so just going to add in some where I think that it should be just a little bit darker. So under his face, make it a little more rounded. And I'm just going to splotch some in down here, maybe just a little bit here, maybe under here and under his tail. Same for under these guys, just a little splotchy bit right under there. See that? Splotchy, splotchy. Sometimes you'll see little texture marks in the drawing, in the illustration. Add the darkness right around there. Those are kind of clues to tell you where to color, right? But if I want to knock some of that back, I can just come back with my E31 and just kind of blend out the edges a little bit by dotting in around it, around them, so that it's not too stark, you know. And the trick here for storybook style is just not being too perfect, right? Let it be a little splotchy. Now for the snowball that they're making here, I'm going to start with my lightest color. This is BG000. And I'm just going to add that in kind of in concentric circles and leave this kind of area a little lighter. So as I start coming toward the middle, I'm gonna make it a little more splotchy, just kind of leave the top part whiter than the rest. See that? See how that looks like snow and texture in there? And it's just by adding little dots, little bits here and there. Now for the very bottom, I'm going to take a BG01, which is kind of the next step up, and just come in to the bottom and add a little bit more splotches. Again, we don't want these to be super smooth because we want this to be textured, right? See that? So now it looks like snow, and I added just a little bit underneath him, and then this guy's going to come in over here like this, trying to help. He's not really helping because the snow guy is supposed to be going this way, but he's over here. And since he's a little kid, I figured he doesn't really know how to help, you know, as good as he could, as well as he could. So here's a snowball. check out how I did this one. It's a little different. I got a little more solid. I like this one a little better. So, but you can do it however you like. All right, so here we have our little scene coming together, right? Got a little bunny here, a little bunny here. I like that there are 3 bunnies on this one. Kind of completes the scene for me. Put him like that. All right. So what's missing here is something else in the background, right? Something else in the background. I'm going to turn my lights down a little bit more again so we can see the contrast here. Here's the foreground and here's the background, but we need to add some trees back there. So let's do some trees. I'm going to start out with my BG0. You know what? I think BG53 is what we're going to use for the trees. The first set of trees. And for little pine trees in a snowy field, we're going to come up to almost the middle of the page, right? And I'm just going to start by just doing some squiggly lines like that, and leave some space in there. Kind of looks like snow's falling on them. So there I have my first tree, right? And the second tree is kind of in a triangle down the front like that. And if I want, I can just keep on making those little trees. Kind of go off into the background. Like that. And this kind of goes off in an angle a little bit. See how I did that? That's so easy. Just splotchy little trees. And I'm going to do the same thing over here, but a little bit higher up and a little smaller. To make that look like it's kind of off in the distance. Like that. And I can put one in here like that. All right, so I've got some trees, and now I just want to make these a little lighter. So I'm going to take my BG 000, just kind of go over those to blur those out just a little bit. Makes them look like they're set back a little further than the others. Not just in size, but in intensity of color. And if you want, you can just grab your colorless blender and add a little bit more. So then when that dries back, I'll dry it back. It's just a little kind of blurry bit of trees in the background. You can't even tell they're there exactly. But we want to add those there because of this. Isn't this fun? All right, so we've got our little guys. There we go. And now I'm going to take my BG53, is it? Yeah. Or BG, I'm going to do BG01. And I'll start with this lighter color just to see. And I'll add some like texture in the snow. And I'm just going to do that by adding little lines here and there. You're not looking for perfection. You're just looking for little bits here and there. As they go off in the distance, you're going to need the lines to be a little closer to each other. So some of this will be covered up by our image as well. There we go. I hope you can tell what I'm doing there. I just added some texture to the field for interest. And there we have our little scene. I'm going to take my E50 or BG53 and just add a little bit of darkness to some of these trees here. A little darker color, a little bit underneath here as well. Like that. Make them stand out just a little bit more. And now I'm going to get my decal trimmer out. This is a Tim Holtz Tonic product, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to add some rough edges along the side here. So I'll take about 1/4 of an inch off all the sides. Like this. And then like this. And now I've got a deckled edge, kind of a rough edge there, which I really like. And I can put that on the front of a card base like this. And flip that over. Did you see how easy that was? This is like super easy stuff. Anyone can do what I just did. Just kind of copy what I did. Totally copy what I did. This is foam tape, 3M mounting tape it's called. It's the kind that you can tear with your fingers. My favorite kind. And let's flip this over here. And I mount this on the front of my card base with the folded edge first. That way, once I put it down, all the edges are equal. They're all the same. It's nice and centered. Then I can grab my little bunnies here and mount them with some more foam tape. For this one, I'm just going to trim a little bit for my bunny image here. This guy, like that, and then a little bit more right there. And we're almost done with our design. Almost done. See how fun that is? I just think that's really cute. Now I just need to adhere my bunny rabbit to the front here. Just grab some glue. This is Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. And put him right there, kind of pushing the opposite direction, kind of working against his dad over there. Did you see I left that bunny's tail white? I'm going to just add a little bit of gray. This is let's do W3 if I can find it. There it is. Just some W3. I'm just going to dot there at the bottom of his tail. See how much of a difference that makes. And I can take my colorless blender and knock that back just a little bit. Just a little bit on the tails. Before I add my sentiment, I'm going to add some Posca white paint marker to the front for snow. Just little dots here and there. Some going off the edge. Some closer to each other than others. You don't want to space them out and make a pattern. You just want to kind of get them close. Some bigger than others, some smaller than others. And then a few on the guys themselves. So it looks like they're in the scene, the snowy scene. You want to make sure some of them are going off the edge as well. And you can make some of them kind of big. Maybe one more kind of big coming off the edge up there. That was fast and easy. Now we're just going to grab a sentiment. Remember, I told you that sentiment I'm going to use is from the Cozy Cat stamp set. I'm using the Happy Holidays sentiment. I'm going to pop that in my MISTI. And stamp it down first. Now for the sentiment, I'm just going to use some VersaFine black ink. You can use Catherine Pooler Midnight. I really like that one as well. Or Concord and Ninth's got a really nice black ink. So I grab the negative piece from my die cut. I love die cut sentiments. So fun. So you don't have to fussy cut them. And they go really well with your project. It's just a great option if you don't want to just have a square sentiment on something. So just center that up. So then you don't have to try to center a die on top of a stamped image. And then you can make multiples of these. So let's add another piece of tape here to the bottom. Oops, that one's not going to work.
Hey, Daniel.
Oh, you scared me. Hey, Brandy.
Hey, we have some questions about where your Lazy Susan that his die cut machine is on came from. Where did the Lazy Susan come from?
I got that from Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazon. I don't have a link for that handy, but I can get it.
Do you know what the name of it is? Harriet will find it.
You know, I don't even, it's just a generic kind of Lazy Susan. You could probably use any Lazy Susan from that you find on Amazon, honestly.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, not branded. Okay. So now I can get my VersaFine out here. I guess this is such a simple project. There's not a whole lot of questions to ask on it. So there's my sentiment. Look how perfectly centered it is on my die cut. Isn't that fun? And I can make multiples of those if I like. Just pop all these other ones inside there. But instead of trying to pop this up on foam tape, I'm going to grab my glue and just stack a few of these together like this. Just get them nice and centered. Probably 3 or 4 is enough. I'm going to do 3, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 3 is good. And just take that and add some more glue on the back. And the last thing I have to do is just add some sequins there, some bling. And we'll be finished. For the bling, I'm going to use some, I thought these St. Cloud sequin mix from Catherine Pooler just really matched the color palette well. I'm just going to grab those, add those in here. Let's do one here at the tail, one there, one here at the top of his ears, one about his nose, another one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, another one here. This is a Marvy jewel picker. It's what I like to use for grabbing my sequins. I'm going to start with the big one here at his nose. Then I'm going to get a medium size. Let's do this one here at his ear. And this one here at this tail. And another one of these right there. I like to tuck them in behind the die cuts as well. And then another smaller one here. We've got the bling on there. And we're finished. Isn't that cool? What do you guys think? It's a nice snowy scene. It's got some dimension and shadows. The color palette is really sweet. The coloring is easy. And Anita Jerem's line of illustrations are just fabulous. Fabulous. All right. How much more time do we have, Brandy?
I think we are about done.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure I gave everyone the best I could.
Yes, you did for sure. All right, we've got some giveaways, and we've got 2 different stamp sets that we're going to give away. Let me go ahead and show everybody what we're going to be doing here. Oops. We've got this beautiful scripted sentiments for the holidays. I love this one. Beautiful. And then this one is a really cute one. This would be great for like one of those, what do you call those cards? The little tiny ones that you trade with people? I forget.
Artist cards, artist trade cards.
AC cards or AC trading cards, ATC, something like that. Yeah, I think that would be cool for that. All right, let's go ahead and draw for the winner. Oops, I accidentally closed that window. Hold on. All right. Okay, so we're going to draw a winner for that from Colorado Craft. And the winner for that one is Tiffany. And Tiffany's last name starts with a F and ends with a Z. So congratulations, Tiffany. Yay. We'll be emailing all of our winners on Monday. That is for all of the sponsors giveaways anyway. The speakers will have their own contacts. They'll be sending you guys individually. But anyone that has won anything from the sponsors, Harriet is going to be emailing you all on Monday. So don't email us this weekend because we won't be able to answer those emails. But we are posting names on the giveaway page. So you can go and check it out to see if you won. All right. Awesome. And don't forget, also, we've got that promo that's going on for 20% off of everything at Colorado Craft. Is it everything or is there anything excluded? Do you know?
I don't think there is anything excluded. It's off your purchase, it says.
Awesome.
So
cool.
That's pretty
All right.
fantastic.
Go take advantage of that and pick up some more of those Anita Jerem and practice your storyboard coloring, brought to you by Daniel.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure. Thank you for having us.
All right. Take care. Wow. I love it when Daniel comes on. He always has some really super simple Copic coloring cards, and I loved how he was able to do that scene in the background with the little tiny trees. I think it added a whole lot to his card. Okay, so we are about to hop on over to a different studio to catch the folks over at let me confirm. Is it Barely Art? Yes, we are meeting with Barely Art in the other studio. So go to the page, the schedule page, where you will find the link to get to that live stream. All right, you guys, we'll see you in a few minutes. Take care. Bye-bye.